Yellow lights turned off. Eldora Speedway Chevrolet Pace Truck going to fall in the infield again. 15 laps for these 10 cars to battle it out, and 2 of them's going to be sitting on the trailer after this one, Mike Norris. Green flag is out.
Here we go. Richard Gibson on the inside. Warsaw, Indiana. Woodling going to drive to the outside, take the race lead, but here comes a 0-1 of Jared Spalding action here on the opening lap. Strickler quickly to 5th. Now to 4th. Well, he gets cut off by Ed Rowley. They're 3 wide, and Strickler goes from the back now to 4th. He's already in a transfer spot.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Dylan Woodling out front. Jared Spalding second. Brandon Green in the 3rd spot.
Hey, Strickler's going to be your trump card to play with because he's going to really work through the outside. That's what we said, yeah.
So again, Strickler going to look to the outside of Galgossi. Now he might have problems, so Galgossi going to go by. We'll see if Strickler can rebound. That Rayburn race car put by the Team Harris 8. Then he can rebound. Problems for Brandon Green. Ed Rowley gathers him in. Galgossi, there comes Strickler. So 4 or 5 cars under a blanket, but up front looking good is the driver to Warsaw, Indiana, Dylan Woodling.
Dylan Woodling, a second-generation driver in that 3W car. Jared Spalding. Spalding looks much improved from last night. That 0-1 was not handling the way that Spalding is used to having that car handled, but he looks much improved here this evening. Green in the 51, but again, Kyle Strickler in the 8, expected him to maybe come up through the field a little bit.
Oh, no.
He's off the pace.
Oh,
Strickler's off the pace in the 8 car. He slows on the front straightaway, and the caution flag is out.
Wow. Well, I will say this. One of those drivers that didn't unload till very late was the 8 of Kyle Strickler, so maybe he knew he had a problem, thought maybe he'd chance it. The Gremlins return, and Strickler's done.
More than a couple circuits to race their way up through and to maybe better their starting spot in the D feature. Yellow lights turned off. We'll run them 5 more laps. These 8 are going to transfer. We're going to see how they start the tail into the D, Mike Norris.
Here we go. Green flag back out. Ed Rowley wasting no time. Going to dive to the inside of Brandon Green. Going to work side by side for that 3rd spot. Here comes Andy Galgossi looking to make it 3 wide. 4 cars, 2 by 2 down the back straightaway. Now Brandon Green going to dive to the inside. Here comes Ed Rowley looking to make it 3 wide. Oh, they're already transferred. Dustin, tell them. Come on now. Off turn number 4. What a battle.
Hold him down. And Brandon Green in the 51 just shed some debris off of that entry. He rolls back to the outside. That's a great battle back there for the 3rd spot. Man, maybe they didn't get the message. They're all transferring it into the deal. Look at this.
Go.
Slide jump city, baby.
Yes.
Oh, man.
More sliders in the White Castle here in the E-Main. Getting after it. Here comes Ed Rowley again, the Mattoon driver.
Oh,
right behind Spalding. Spalding hold on to 5th. Galgossi 4th. Or 3rd. Now going to dive to the inside of Brandon Green for the 2nd spot. What a battle. Green, Galgossi, Spalding, Rowley. Oh, baby.
You all transfer. You all transfer to the D. Dylan Woodling, he's like, I'm getting ahead of these cats. I am getting in front of him. He's taking the white flag final time around for the Warsaw, Indiana driver. Brandon Green second. They've settled down a little bit now here finally on the last lap of this race. Brandon Green second. Andy Galgossi from dead last up to 3rd. Checkered flag gonna fly, and that'll conclude the E feature with Dylan Woodling getting the win. Brandon Green finishing in the 2nd spot. Andy Galgossi 3rd. Jared Spalding 4th, and Ed Rowley 5th. And they're still going at it.
Rick Pauly, Tim Richardson on the front row. What a diverse set of guys.
24 cars, 15 laps. Are you ready for this, Mike Norris? You better be. Pull the buckles tight, and we're going. All except Rick Pauly. Pauly doesn't fire in the starting zone, and that bottles up the entire inside row and gives Tim Richardson a whale of a whole shot down the backstretch. They're still bottled up down the back straightaway.
Big crash.
No! Galgossi gets absolutely clobbered on the back straightaway, and that'll put us under red. And it all started really at the start of this race. They got bottled up really in the starting zone when the pole sitter just didn't fire as quickly as the others, and they were bottled up really all the way around the racetrack. Man, we'll try it again. Yellow lights turned off. Complete restart. 0 laps scored, all 15 still to go. Top 8 transfer, and the green's out.
Better start for Rick Pauly, but here comes Green digging to the inside. Cowan Green to the 52. They get to his side. Tim Richards is going to take the race lead, and he's bringing, I believe that's Bell's Tennessee, Will Norris with him. So Norris to second, down the back straightaway they go. David Mitchell slide into the third spot, the Robards Kentucky driver. And Paulie fourth off for Tim Richardson showing the way.
Richardson out front. Second spot, Will Norris. Third spot, David Mitchell. And right now, Rick Paulie holding on to that fourth position.
Here comes Nick Roslett. Roslett to the outside. He's working on the fifth spot. Good battle for fifth with Green in the 52. Nick Roslett on the move. That outside move, that outside groove is really going. Now here comes the 71 as well. On the move as they work down the back straightaway. The Davies 71, that second generation driver, son to Ron. Davies on the move in that white 71 inside the top 8. But continuing to show the way, the 5X of Tim Richardson. Good battle for the second spot. Will Norris, but don't look now because here comes the 2, a David Mitchell side-by-side battle down the back straightaway here in the D main.
Behind your race leaders, a little bit of smoke coming out from underneath the 71D of Dan Davies. That's important because right now, Davies sits in the 7th position. A lot of smoke coming out from underneath that car in the corners. He's now pulled it down to the inside, and Davies right now is in the 8th and final transfer spot. So we'll have to hang on. Yellow flag is going to fall on the speedway. One car has spun to a stop over in turns 1 and 2.
Stopping, and we'll have to check on the 71D of Davies if he can stay up to speed. And we'll check on the driver at the bottom of turns 1 and 2. He's got his hand out the window. Not sure he's going to be able to continue.
It's Rick Paulie, Nick Roslett, Colin Green, Dan Davies, and the 14 of Michael Thayer sits on the bubble.
Oh my, who's it going to be? 8 transfer. 11 to go. Tim Richardson showing the way. Robards Kentucky, David Mitchell going to dive to the inside. Will the thrill. Norris trying to hold on to the top 8 spot. Here they go. Michael Thayer, the driver to Argos, Indiana. Down the back straightaway trying to hold on to that 8 spot. But here comes Green in 52. What a battle. 8 transfer back there for the 8 spot. Tim Richardson continues to lead Mitchell second, but what a battle amongst the top 8. Here comes Solinger out of Bumpass, Virginia.
Solinger trying to put the 7 and 7 up into the top 8 right now. That last time by, he was on the outside looking in. He is in the 9th spot. Who knows? A gaggle of cars all back there battling for 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. But again, only the top 8 transfer. 6 laps scored, 9 laps to go. Tim Richardson well out front of this one. Top 3 really separated themselves from a hornet's nest of cars. 4th on back, that's led by Rick Paulie.
And the Green brothers about to duke it out. I believe that's for one of those transfer spots. Brandon and Callan side by side down the front straightaway. Now they tuck back in line. Nick Roslett right in front of them. And then the 2 Green brothers going to work side by side. Look at the sprint. Roslett down the back straightaway. Here they go.
Thread that needle, Brandon Green. I see you out there. He does it. Man. Brandon Green from the E right now in a transfer spot from the E to the D, looking to go into the C, baby. That's what Alphabet Soup is all about. 8 laps remain at just past halfway. Check that. 7 laps, 6 laps now remain on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. 9 scored, 6 to go. Tim Richardson leads. David Mitchell is second. Will Norris is third. Those 3 drivers still, Mike Norris, with a sizable gap over 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, the entire field.
And a couple of more E drivers as well. Here comes Dylan Woodling. Here comes Spalding down the back straightaway. Those drivers come out of the D main. They're going to go by Nick Roslett. Not going to work on 52 of Brandon Green. 8 transfer, a couple E transfers. The Warsaw, Indiana driver Dylan Woodling got her going on the high side. Wow.
Brandon Green not done yet. He started this race originally in the 18th position. Rick Paulie's off the pace in the 16. Brandon Green is up to 4th.
Look out.
Paulie is slow right in the middle of the racetrack. Coming off turn number. No. Trouble on the front straightaway.
The driver out of Bumpass, Virginia, Jeff Sounder in the 7 and 7. Nowhere to go. Clip the slowing Rick Paulie.
Wait this time. Tim Richardson leads. David Mitchell second. Will Norris third. Brandon Green from the back of the pack to 4th. Dan Davies 5th. As we get ready to go green flag racing with 4 to go.
Dylan Woodling, Green, and Spalding. Your final 8 transfers. 8-2. the C main. Here we go back underway. Will Norris, Brandon Green, but here comes the man of the hour, the 3-car on the high side, Woodling. Dylan Woodling, bumper to bumper with Brandon Green. Looking to take advantage of that. Davies down on the inside, looking to work side by side. All of a sudden, here comes Brandon Green to the 51.
It's like the 3 cars. Oh, Green. Brandon, keep it off the wall, son. As it looks like those 3 cars that transferred from the E have hooked a log chain up to each other, working the high side of the speedway, and Green just hit hard down. That car slammed down. It hunkered up over in turn number 3, slammed back down. Green gathers it back up, but we've got a caution flag on the speedway as the 0% of Derek Austin spins to a stop, and at the tail end of that, the 52 of Weasel Flippo scrapes the wall coming off turn number 4, and that'll put us under caution with unofficially 13 scored and 2 to go.
And the Moro, Ohio driver Ryan Morton transferring out of the E main has got some right side damage as well on that 1M machine. Not sure if he got into Derek Austin or not, just maybe had some previous damage, but right side damage on the 1M of Ryan Morton.
Flag a wave this time. 2 laps to go.
2 to get her done. 8 transfer. Who's it going to be? 1 mile to settle the score here in the D main. Good start. We're back underway. Tim Richardson showing away. See if David Mitchell can do anything. There comes Bells, Tennessee. Will Norris. Norris looking for the 2nd spot. Brandon Green 4th. Good battle for 5th. Dylan Woodling continues to come to the front as they're all working around the high side. Oh, and Mitchell slips up just a bit. But Tim Richardson shows the way. Good battle for that 3rd spot. Brandon Green ain't done yet in that Nemesis chassis. White flag's out, DJ.
Tell them they're in, Mike. Tell them they're in here on this final lap. Those top 8 transfer down the back straightaway for the final time. Richardson's got this race well in hand, but man, things are getting falsy back there behind of him. Checkered flag is out. Tim Richardson's going to get the win. 2nd's going to go to Will Norris. David Mitchell 3rd. Brandon Green 4th. Dylan Woodling 5th. 6th, unofficially, Jared Spalding. Dan Davies 7th. And the 52G of Colin Green unofficially gets the 8th and final transfer spot.
Ryan Shaw to Robinson, Illinois, and Ryan Sutter by nearby Coldwater, Ohio in the front row. The C main here on a Saturday night, part of the Alphabet Soup portion of the Dirt Car Fall Nationals is green.
Green flag is out and we are underway. Top 8 transfer into the B. We'll see if anyone is able to work their way from the back into this one. We'll see if the E main drivers, those 3, are able to do it as well. Oh man, things are getting tight out there already. In lap 1, Brian Shaw leads, Ryan Sutter 2nd, Ryan Ayers 3rd, Bobby Stremme 4th. Yellow flag is out. 2 cars involved in an accident coming off turn number 4. It looks like Jim Post in the 58P and maybe Will Norris in the number 1, and one other car is slow over in turn number 2,
Blake
Mike.
Blake Spalding in the 71 out of Water Villette. That 44. 12 of Jeff Curl and what was Todd Sherman, now Zeke McKenzie, so I apologize in advance. Here we go. Zeke McKenzie, a good start again. Get a look to the inside of Bobby Stremme, looking to make it 3 wide real quick for the 4th spot. Can't get the job done. Bobby Stremme going to run to the outside of Curl. Up front, Ryan Sutter going to race for the lead as he looks to the outside of Brian Shaw. Shaw ducked to the inside. Coldwater. Miles Ryan Sutter. No, big problem. Brian Shaw. Oh, they're bouncing up behind him. Look out, Dustin Jarrett. And we're going to stake some miracle. Come on, if Davies can make it, we'll stay green. And he will not. Boy, we almost made it.
The fact that that's the only thing that happened right there is a moral victory in itself.
Yes,
Regional and weekend warriors like what you see right here for the UMP Fall Nationals presented by All-Star Performance. Green flag is out.
Bobby Stremme. Oh, baby, Bobby Stremme, what a jump. Ryan Ayers in the Longhorn chassis, horns up to the outside of Coldwater, Ohio's Ryan Sutter down the back straightaway. Sutter going to show the way. Here comes Ayers, here comes Stremme, here comes Curl. Scotty Orr right there, look out as they work off of 4 down the front straightaway. Good battle for the race lead. Sutter going to show the way.
Good battle for the lead. Also keeping our eyes on the 51 of Brandon Green. He's trying to work around the top side of the speedway. Right now, he's 1 or 2 transfer spots out. He's got a fast race car. He's also maybe trying to bide his time a little bit as well, Mike Norris. He knows this is a 20-lap race, so he knows he's got a little bit of time. No need to press the issue, just 3 laps into it.
Oh, yeah, kissing the concrete here at Eldora Speedway. Working the top side where Dad hides the good books. Following Scott Bowersock around. Oh, and he slips up just a bit. Weiser go by. Here comes Lomax in that Hornet A chassis looking at his inside. So good battle back there for the 9th and 10th spot as Coldwater, Ohio's Ryan Sutter continues to lead. But a good batter, that is Alan Weiser, and I believe Scotty Williams working side by side as they battle back there for the transfer spot 8 transfer. And here comes Green, just as we mentioned that again in that 51.
And he's got, again, the log chain behind him as the 0-1 of Jared Spalding is in tow. Spalding, much like Green, came out of the E, through the D, and they are in the C trying to work their way into the B. Both of them need to transfer up a few spots. Spalding's got a good run down the back straightaway, not quite able, though, to thread that needle. Up front, top 2 cars have really pulled away, but a good battle back there behind them. Stremme in the 35, Curl in the 12, Scotty Bowersock in the 10.
Wow. Bowersock on the move in 10 on the high side. And here comes the life as the 25. Problems for 2. And David Mitchell, I believe, as well. But Scotty Bowersock in the 2, really working that high side. Jeff Curl may be in trouble. Bowersock goes by. Now he's got another driver knocking on the back door. Good battle back there for the 4th spot. Dustin Jarrett, 3 wide, 5th, 6th, 7th. Here comes Alan Weiser in the 25.
Man, we're seeing that high side just get more and more finicky with each lap. It is indeed one of the fastest ways around this racetrack, but it is also, that cushion is getting to be pretty treacherous up there as well. It's a fine line that you got to walk. When you hit it right, you get a monster run off the corners, but when you don't hit it, you tend to lose several positions.
No doubt about it. Scotty Williams in the pink 1 back there, the final 8th and final transfer spot. Brandon Green trying to come out of the D. Can he do it? Down the front straightaway, the driver to Walt Kentucky, the Nemesis chassis. From the E to the D to the D to the C. Can he make the B main? He's got a head of steam down the back straightaway, bringing Jamie Lomax along with him. We're all rooting for the 51 of Brandon Green. Now going to dive to the inside of the Catfish. Scotty Williams going to the high side. Oh, baby, Dustin.
Right now, Brandon Green's in 10th. He's on the outside looking in. Scotty Williams is in 9th. He's on the outside looking in, trying to get by the 65 of Zeke McKenzie. McKenzie holds that 8th and final transfer spot. If you're watching at home, you have a look at it. That is the battle right there for the final transfer position. 11 laps are scored, 9 laps remain. Who's going to transfer into the show? We are keeping our eyes glued on the battle for the transfer spot because the top 2 have said, hold my calls, I'm checking out.
8 to go. It is Coldwater, Ohio's Ryan Sutter, Ryan Ayers, Scott Bowersock, Alan Weiser, Bobby Stribbe, Jeff Curl. A 1 of Andy Sprague, Scotty Williams, and Zeke McKenzie. But Brandon Green, again, as we mentioned, playing Alphabet 2, trying to run him down. Going to get ahead of Steve. Down the back straightaway. Can he do it? Brandon Green to the 51. Trying to overtake the 24 Zeke McKenzie tonight in the 65 car. Here comes Jamie Lomax trying to spoil the party from the E to the D to the C. Can he work out of the C to the B, down the back straightaway? Going to pull alongside of Zeke McKenzie right now into the 8th spot. He's got it. Excuse me, the 9th spot, Brandon Green.
That's the 9th spot. The 1 of Scotty Williams holds down that 8th and final transfer position. Mike Norris, that time by at the stripe. Give it to the 51 of Brandon Green. He's in 9th. 1 more spot to go. Can he do it? I don't know. He just jumped the cushion right there. Zeke McKenzie's able to get back by. While those 2 cars have been battling, Scotty Williams running his patented low line. There's a reason they call him the Catfish. He loves the low side of the speedway. Trouble over in turn 3. 1 car up and over, and the red flag is out. Bet soup as well. Pace truck works its way into the infield. 15 laps scored, 5 laps to go. Mike Norris.
And these restarts have been awful. Harry, they're bunching up back here. And Brandon Green. Oh, baby, going to go by Scotty Williams, going to go by Andy Sprague, going to go by Jeff Curl. They got bunched up. Now looking to go by Bobby Stremme. So Brandon Green from the E to the C. Ryan Ayers in trouble. And Jeff Curl in the back of Stremme. We're all going to say straight, I believe, for the moment. Yes, we'll stay green. Brandon Green, the man on the move. Wow.
Brandon Green, high side, hustling around the Eldora Speedway. Don't count Jared Spalding out of a transfer spot as well.
So a big chunk of debris here on the front straightaway, and the Longhorn, Ryan Ayers, the driver to Concord, North Carolina, in the Longhorn race car. Boy, just as things started heating up, and I'm not sure here on the restarts what happens. It's just they just kind of got bunched up. On the right side, that driver to Hopkinsville, Kentucky, 7. Heavy damage on the right side of Michael Sabatino, as Concord, North Carolina driver 44 Ryan Ayers right down front center. The JRI Shocks Longhorn 4-4. His night has come to an end.
Tough break for Ryan Ayers. Again,
Can he finish it off here? Or excuse me, Brandon Green in the 51. Can he finish it off? Right behind Alan Weiser, who's had a good run as well. We talked about him. Boy, they bunch up at the start. Here we go. Here comes Sprague. Strimmy, curl, 3 wide as they work into turns 1 and 2. Oh, baby.
That's interesting.
The Zeekster in 65 working to the outside of Strimmy. That's the battle for the transfer spot. Here comes the 1 car of Eaton, Ohio, Scotty Williams.
Out front, Sutter leads. Weiser second, Bowersock third, side by side for fourth, 2 and 3 wide for that final transfer position. Right now, it's held by the 65 of Zeke McKenzie. Here comes Jared Spalding playing out with that soup to the outside, Mike Norris.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As he was one of those drivers in the E-main as well. Spalding tickling the top side here of the Eldora Speedway. Going around the Zeekster. So can he make it in? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right now he's got 1 more car to do it. Zeke going to pass him back, but he's going to play Indian Giver with him. And take the 8 spot down the back straight. Going to come down for the white flag. 1 to go. Good battle up front. Peoria, Illinois. Alan Weiser going to look for the lead. Ryan Sutter going to hold him off.
Final time around. Sutter leads. Weiser in second. Scotty Bowersock in third. And the 25 of Weiser jumps the cushion coming off turn number 2. That should hand the win over to the driver out of Coldwater, Ohio. One of the regulars here at Eldora Speedway, Ryan Sutter. Second will go to Alan Weiser. Third, Scott Bowersock. Fourth spot at the stripe from the E to the C to the... From the E to the D to the C and now to the B, it's going to be Brandon Green. 5th to Jeff Curley, Andy Sprague 6th. Scotty Williams 7th. The 8th includes any type of e-cigarettes and electronic smoking devices. Green flag about to wave 20 laps of this is top 8 go. Take a deep breath, Mike Norris. We are getting alphabet soupy here at Eldora.
Here we go. Joel Dickens, 09, Brian Post in the 45 down the back straightaway. Will Krupp in the K9 going to take the 3rd spot. Danny Schwartz 4th. Clean and Green down the back straightaway is going to lead lap number 1. Why not go 3 wide in the B main? We will up to number 4. Dustin Jared, Krupp, Brian Post. Be your leaders, Joel Dickens, 09.
Wow, Joel Dickens, the 09. Will Krupp in the K9, the 45 of Post. And right now, sitting in the 4th position is the driver of the 21D. That is Danny Schwartz. We're going to keep racing that 1 car. Kurt Spalding slow at the end of the back straightaway in the 111. We'll look for him to try to nurse that car down into the infield. And he's going to try to get there in time. Joel Dick out front.
Here comes the Fertile, Iowa driver, Kelly Shryock. Shryock in the 9, running in that 7th spot. Danny Schwartz way up the track, running that extreme high side by side with the 16 Sia Josh Harris, that driver out of Utica, Kentucky. So Schwartz will drive back to the inside. That's a good battle for that 4th spot. Harris again going to gather him in. Here comes Shryock right behind them. The 21A and Nick Allen. And Danny Schwartz again way up the banking as the 16 Sia Josh Harris goes by. Schwartz now back to 5th. Good battle for the 6th spot side by side. Good battle over in turn number 2.
4 laps into this race, and right now, not much luck for the E-main transfers. The 51 of Brandon Green is stuck back in the 16th position. Jared Spalding in the 01 is stuck back in the 21st spot. Those drivers have got a tough road to hoe if either one of them is going to try to transfer into the A, into one of those top 8 positions.
Yeah, right now Kelly Shryock owns that position. He's going after Grand Rapids, Michigan driver at 15 to David Baker. Here comes Nick Allen after his good buddy Danny Schwartz. They're going to work side by side. Good battle for that 5th spot, and Nick Allen, the driver to Wheatfield, Indiana, is going to take it. Shryock slips up. Here comes Schnapp in the 21S, and I believe that's Brody Pompey. Down the back straightaway, looking for the 2-for-1 deal. I believe that is Brody Pompey, the Oregon driver. Look out, 3 cars under him, looking for the 8th spot. Dustin is getting good.
Oh my, that's Shryock. Right now holding on to that position. Pompey on the outside in the 0. The 21 of Schnapp and cars bottle up back there behind of them. But right now, Joe Dick leads. Will Krupp 2nd. Brian Post 3rd. 4th is Josh Harris. Nick Allen 5th. 6th is Danny Schwartz. Dave Baker is 7th. And Kelly Shryock sits in that transfer spot, the final transfer spot, with 8 laps down, 12 to go.
It's Shryock. Jump the cushion. Brody Pompey going to take the spot, but for how long? The Fertile Iowa going to drive back to the inside. Oregon, Iowa right there. Look out for the 8th and final transfer spot. Brody Pompey's got it.
God bless the USA. We got the whole map covered. In this be Tanner Wilson out of Zanesville, Ohio. Slows on the front straightaway. We'll see if he can get that car into the infield. 10 laps scored, 10 laps to go. Joel Dick picking them up and putting them away in this one. The 51 of Brandon Green, the 01 of Jared Spalding, still not able to make up any ground, Mike Norris. They run 18th and 19th respectively.
No doubt about it.
And Green off the pace.
From the E-Main, one of our E-Main transfers. So he will not move on. K9 Will Krupp, second, post third. Good battle for fourth. Nick Allen now the man on the move. He's gone forward. Looking to the inside of Josh Harris. Going to throw a slider at him. Harris looking to cross him back, but he can't get the job done.
And the 51 of Brandon Green not able to make it into the infield pit area, and that'll put us under caution. He couldn't make that hard left-hand turn into the infield pits. He's stopped on the track on the inside of turn number 1, and that'll put us under caution. 12 laps scored, 8 remain.
First car looking out is the 21 of Steven Schnapp. Schnapp at the outside, look at him. We'll see if he get the job done. They work into turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Joel Dick going to retake the race lead, but the man on the move is Nick Allen. Allen again will drive to the outside of Schwartz. And now a good battle. Oh, and he slips up, and here comes Danny Schwartz to the inside. Going to go to fourth. Oh, good battle with Josh Harris, Nick Allen, Danny Schwartz. Nick Allen all battle. Right there comes Baker, the driver to Michigan. 2 by 2. Right in front of Brody Pompey. Good battle back there.
Wow. I wouldn't want to be out there, and I wouldn't want to stick my finger between those cars and each other on the wall.
Man.
Boy, look at Nick Allen just rim riding around this racetrack. He started 5th. He dropped back early on. Now he's worked his way back up into the 4th position. 6 laps to go this time by 5 flanges in the air for your race leader, the 09D of Joel Dick.
And another driver to keep your eyes on is Jonathan Taylor in the 5, the Salzburg, Pennsylvania driver. He's got her wound up tight in the high side. Now going to throw a slider at Brody Pompey for the 8th and final transfer spot. Baker to his inside. And he's got Pompey to his outside down the back straightaway. Pompey going to hold on for the 8th spot. Excuse me, the 7th spot. Joel Dick showing the way. Will Krupp second, Brian Post third. 4th, Nick Allen. 5th, Josh Harris. 6th, Danny Schwartz. 7th right now, Brody Pompey. And 8th is the 5 of Jonathan Taylor. But here comes Dave Baker now to the inside, side by side.
You are watching that battle for the final transfer position again. That's the 15 of Dave Baker. He right now is on the outside looking in. Oh my goodness. The all-black car with the mud on the side is Brody Pompey, and the 5 is Jonathan Taylor. Taylor up in and out. Baker trying to work his way in. Kelly Shryock going to throw his hat in the ring as well. A great race for the final transfer spot. 2 laps to go.
Oh, the fertile Iowa driver trying to make the top 8 as well. Brody Pompey and the 15 of Dave Baker. And here comes again the 9 car down the back straightaway. Kelly Shryock. Can he make it happen? 3 cars under. Blake. They're going to come down for the white flag. 1 to go. Joel Dick showing the way. Will Krupp second. What a battle for the 8th spot.
Great battle for that 8th and final transfer spot. Joel Dick has this race well in hand. We're going to keep our eyes glued to the battle for the final transfer position, because right now the all-black car of Brody Pompey has that position. Checkered flags out. Joel Dick's going to get the win in this one. Keeping our eyes on the battle for that final transfer spot. Here comes Baker down to the inside, but in a drag race to the straight, Brody Pompey's going to take that final transfer spot and get 8th. Wow. Out of Eaton, Ohio, in the 1 will roll off inside row 15. Outside of him, Jamie Lomax in the 36L. And your final 2 starters will be Coldwater, Ohio's Ryan Sutter in the 18. And the alternate, since Kenny Wallace could not race, the alternate, the 9K of Kelly Shryock. And those, Mike Norris, are the 32 scheduled starters for this 30-lap A feature for the modifieds.
Well, 30 laps of distance ought to be fun. We'll see if we get that track widened out just a bit and get some 2, 3, 4 wide racing. Get some of those drivers you see up front. $5,000 set ready to settle the score. The Dirt Car Fall Nationals brought to you by All-Star Performance. Off turn number 4 here on a Sunday morning at Eldora Speedway. We are green.
bringing out your Sunday best, and we are racing at Eldora. Casey Burnett gets the whole shot down into turns 1 and 2, but drifts up the racetrack. That allows Taylor to get by. Everybody slip and slide over in the middle of the corners. Piece of debris up on the outside of the groove of the racetrack. It might be pushed up out of the way enough, and your leader at the end of lap number 1 is going to be Evan Taylor in the 7.
Evan Taylor in the 7 going to show the way. Casey Burnett running in that second spot. Nick Hoffman washes up the speedway. It allows Hawken to go by. The 24 Harrison and the 2 of Nick Hoffman down the back straightaway. So Jacob Hawkins going to go to 3rd around Nick Hoffman. Brian Ruhlman going to take advantage. He goes around Mike Harrison at 24.
You have to wonder if maybe someone like Brian Ruhlman and one car off the pace on the front straightaway. It's the 21 of Taylor Cook. Cook's got a flat left rear tire on that entry, and that might put us under caution. Yes, it does. 2 laps in. The North Carolina driver Taylor Cook in the Harris race cars, number 21, with a left rear tire.
Till we'll stay single file because of the track conditions. 28 laps remain. Salzburg, Pennsylvania drivers. Evan Taylor shows the way in the 7 as he comes back to this orange cones. Green flags back out. Dustin Jarrett, Casey Burnett running in the 2nd spot.
Down into turns 1 and 2 they go, and again these guys, at least right now, tiptoeing just a little bit. Casey Burnett going to drift up the track coming off the corner. That opens up the door for Jacob Hawkins. One car slides to a near stop over in turn number 1, and he does come to a stop, and it's Alan Weiser, and the caution flag is out. Yellow is out as Alan Weiser is able to, I stand corrected, it's Danny Schwartz in the 21D. Both those Illinois drivers in black and orange cars. And yes, there's Alan Weiser going by on the front straightaway, so it is Danny Schwartz sitting over there.
Pit lane as well.
Two laps in the books, 28 laps to go, and Evan Taylor will lead him off turn 4 back to the green flag.
Out into turns 1 and 2. See if Evan Taylor can hold the lead. Casey Burnett cannot take advantage. Down the back straightaway, 3 cars under a blanket. See if Jacob Hawkins can find some room. Casey Burnett going to look to the inside. Taylor slips up. Here comes Casey Burnett for the race lead. Taylor going to hold him off. So we'll see if we get that groove widened out just a bit. Down here in 3 and 4, looking pretty good. Nick Hoffman tucking in for 4th. Brian Ruhlman 5th, but for how long? Nose to tail. Brian Ruhlman sees an opening. Going to shoot the gap, so Brian Ruhlman looking to go to 4th. But a good battle for 2nd. Shaping up off of turn number 4 comes Jacob Hawkins. He's going to take 2nd away from Casey Burnett.
Hawkins completes the pass down the front straightaway, so move one West Virginia driver up to 2nd. That's Jake Hawkins. Shuffle the other West Virginia driver back to 3rd. That is Casey Burnett. Brian Ruhlman again up to the 4th spot. Mike Harrison right now rounding out the top 5. They trail your race leader, Evan Taylor. Evan Taylor turning an 18.2. Jacob Hawkins turning an 18 flat, so Hawkins a little bit faster. That last time by 5 laps going up on the scoring monitor. 25 laps remain. Top 2 cars trying to put a little bit of distance between themselves and 3rd place, Casey Burnett.
And the defending champion not wasting any time. He wants to get to the front, lead some laps here. 24 laps remain. Here comes Jacob Hawkins. He's got a shot at your race leader down the back straightaway. He's going to pull the trigger. Bumper to bumper with a 7 of Evan Taylor. Might have slipped up. Here comes Casey Burnett. He can't answer the call. But again, Jacob Hawkins just a tick faster than the 7 of Evan Taylor. Just can't find a way by.
You got to wonder right now, I mean, these guys are really pushing the envelope out there, running as hard as they can, Mike, but really and truly you have to wonder if some of them's not just out there trying to turn a few laps and log some miles here, so to speak, until they get to lap traffic. That's going to be the best opportunity, I think, that we see for a pass up front in this one, is when your race leader, Evan Taylor, catches the back of the field. 8 laps scored, 22 to go.
Good top 5 run for Chad Bauer. Brian Ruhlman now going to duck to the inside of Casey Burnett. Got a good run. He's going to take 3rd. So Brian Ruhlman to 3rd. Casey Burnett back to 4th. Bauer right out your top 5. Again, good battle for the race lead. And Jacob Hawkins going to dive to the inside of 7. Evan Taylor may have a battle for the race lead as they working at 3 and 4. As he backs out of it, Hawkins backs out of it. Evan Taylor continues to lead.
Great race up front for the lead in this one. 1/3 of the way through, 10 laps down, 20 laps to go. Throw a blanket over top of the top 3 cars. Evan Taylor in the 7, Jacob Hawkins in the 13, Brian Roman in the 49 as they close into the back of the field. First car to go a lap down is one of Scotty Williams, and my goodness, Taylor led the rear end of that car, hang out that top corner. Hawkins drifts up over 1 and 2. That allows Brian Roman to shoot underneath.
Oh, and boy, I tell you what, they're giving some room down there. Scotty Williams just about became part of this race. Roman now going to go to second. Going to go after Evan Taylor. Here comes Casey Burdett. Burdett looking to the inside of Jacob Hawkins. Can't make the pass. So Hawkins third, Roman up to second. They're still chasing Evan Taylor in the 7. Bauer hanging on for the 5th spot. Harrison 6. Nick Hoffman 7. They'll come down 17 to go.
And it's going to get very, very interesting because Evan Taylor is rapidly closing in on 5 cars, running nose to tail with the back of the field. Brian Roman sticking a nose under Taylor in the corners. Taylor, though, able to power ahead down the straightaways. It's going to be very, very interesting right here because Evan Taylor will have nowhere to go when he catches the back of the field. The 9K of Kelly Shryock about to go 1 lap down.
Yeah, and his brother right in front of him there. So Jonathan Taylor in the 5, Kelly Shryock in the 9. So we're going to have to see what happens here, what unfolds here on a Sunday morning at Eldora Speedway for $5,000 to battle for the second spot. Jacob Hawkins stepping to the outside of Brian Roman. Can't make the pass. Roman going to shut the door.
Roman closed the door on Hawkins indeed down in turns 1 and 2. Hawkins might be trying something up on the high side of the speedway down here in turns 3 and 4. At least he did last time. There he goes again. Up just a groove higher than everyone else. Trying to widen that racetrack out. Just past the halfway point, 16 laps complete, 14 to go. Hawkins down to the inside.
Oh, man, that's getting hot and heavy. Oh, baby, look out, brother. I'm coming through. $5,000 on the line. The brothers are side by side. Here comes the 13 of Jacob Hawkins for the race lead. Contact made. They're nose to tail down the front straight with the 3 leaders. 7 the Evan Taylor, the 13 of Jacob Hawkins. Again, a look to the inside. Can he make the pass? Yeah, they're going to hold him off. Wow.
Man. This is a show. This is a show. I mean, the top 5 cars are all right there. Toss a blanket over them, nose to tail, working through lap traffic. 18 laps complete, 12 to go. Evan Taylor, Jacob Hawkins, Brian Roman, Casey Burdett, Nick Hoffman, your top 5 cars, and they are all right there together. Here comes Hawkins.
Yeah, Taylor slipped up a little bit. Evan in the 7 down the back straightaway. Here comes Jacob Hawkins. Here comes Brian Roman looking to go 3 wide for the race lead as they work into 3 and off of 4. Evan Taylor somehow still holds the lead. Jacob Hawkins might be setting him up. Swings out wide here in the front straightaway. Can't find a way by, but it opens the door for Brian Roman. He'll pull the trigger down the back straightaway, looking to pull even. He can't get the job done. Evan Taylor continues to show the way. They work into 3 and off of 4. The Salzburg, Pennsylvania drivers got 10 more laps to go.
10 laps remaining in this one. 10 laps separates Evan Taylor from potentially the biggest win of that young man's career. The very likable driver. He and his brother, both that entire family. They are former winners of the Chick Hale Sportsmanship Award here at Eldora Speedway, but Brian Roman and Jacob Hawkins knocking on the back door. 9 laps to go, Mike Norris.
They might be a sitting duck. Here comes Jacob Hawkins at 13. The Two Brothers Motorsports 13. Down the back straightaway, Brody Pompey off the pace. Alan Wise in the next car to go a lap down. Shryock going to pull to the infield as we'll stay green. Here comes the 13 of Jacob Hawkins once again. 7 of Evan Taylor again will shut the door over turns 1 and 2. Jayhawk's got a group higher. Oh! Contact. Roman can't take advantage. Here comes Casey Burdett. A 4-car battle down the back straightaway. DJ, oh baby, hot and heavy.
Make it a 5-car battle, maybe a 6-car battle. 6 cars all within half a straightaway of each other. Are you kidding me? 7 laps to go. Evan Taylor trying to keep the field at bay. I don't know how much longer he can hang on. Here comes Hawkins down to the inside, side by side for the lead down the back straightaway.
He's gonna pull the trigger and make the pass. Oh, look out! Somehow they all stay straight. New race leaders, Jacob Hawkins.
They wrecked 3 times and still kept going. Hawkins, your new leader. 2nd spot is Roman. 3rd spot now is Taylor. Check that. Casey Burdett going by. Move Casey Burdett up to 3rd. They're now side by side for the 4th spot, but it's Jacob Hawkins leading 5 flanges in the air.
Handful laps to go. Can Jacob Hawkins hold off Brian Roman? If he could get by Alan Weiser, he might have it. is at 44, Casey Burdett running in the third spot. Fourth, Nick Hoffman. Fifth, Evan Taylor. Six is Bauer. Good battle for him. 4 to go this time by Brian Roman, starting to close the gap. 4 laps remain. The Clark Lake, Michigan driver Brian Roman, and the caution comes out. Farwell, Michigan's Chad Bauer.
Chad Bauer got into the wall coming off turn number 4. Significant damage on the right side of that car. And that's a tough break. He's had a very, very good weekend, has the driver of the 19B, and it's going to end about 4 laps sooner than what he would have liked. And a highly entertaining race. For those of you that have stuck around to watch it, it has been worth it. High-speed drama and about 6 cars under a blanket, all within a half straightaway of each other. And with 4 to go, it's Jacob Hawkins out front. Brian Roman
4 laps remain. Lights are off. Fairmont, West Virginia. Jacob Hawkins showing the way, Dustin Jarrett, but here comes Brian Roman.
4 laps to go. Who's it going to be? Nick Hoffman going to try to stick a nose underneath Casey Burdett going down in turns 1 and 2. He may have the advantage, but Burdett going to turn him back. Here comes Roman down to the inside of Hawkins in a battle for the lead. They come by this time. It'll be 27 complete. 3 laps to decide this one, Mike Norris.
This one ain't over yet. Brian Roman going to get ahead of Stephen at 49. See if he can run down. Jacob Hawkins going to get a look to the inside. Nick Hoffman going to battle with Casey Burdett. Brian Roman better in turns 1 and 2, I believe, but Jacob Hawkins just a little bit better in 3 and 4. Brian Roman going to dive to the inside for the race lead. Off turn number 4, Dustin Jarrett. Jacob Hawkins turns him back once again.
2 laps to go. Just 2 circuits remaining in this one. Rolling back down to the inside. Can he do it? Can Hawkins win 2 in a row? It looks like it's going to be decided between those 2 drivers. Could be Casey Burdett in the catbird seat side by side for the lead. White flag is out, final time around.
Jacob Hawkins down the front straightaway, going to hold the race lead. Brian Roman going to step to the outside here in the final lap. Going to diamond off the corner. The veteran, the porpoise down the back straightaway. Got to get ahead of steam. What's going to happen, DJ? Jacob Hawkins is going to run right in the middle of the speedway. Brian Roman going to try the high side. It won't be enough. The driver out of West Virginia, Jacob Hawkins, wins 2 in a row. Brian Roman will come home second. Third will go to Casey Burdett. Fourth will go to Nick Hoffman. Fifth. And not sure if Brian Roman, looks like he may not have rolled a little bit too far up on the stage, guys.
Jacob Hawkins takes off. The helmet winners back to back here at the Eldora Speedway. Got a prelim win on Friday last year. Of course, won the $5,000 prize on Saturday last year. And a whale of a battle finds him in victory lane here early on Sunday morning. Got the checkered flag in hand, getting set to climb out of this race car. Let's hear it for him, race fans. Your winner, it's going to be Jacob Hawkins. Jacob, a whale of a race, battling hard with Evan Taylor, with Brian Roman. Talk about those battles pretty much going on throughout the entire duration of the race.
Yeah, this track was a handful tonight. They did their best with what they had. The car was good there. Them last 6 laps, I don't know what we had going on, but it just didn't seem to be working right. I don't know if we broke a shock or what, but I got to thank Junior, Nolan, and his brother Tommy with Two Brothers Motorsports, and I got to thank everybody that helps us. Colin Nolan, my cousin Joe, Charlie Wass, Logan, and Tyler. My buddy Caleb's out here this weekend, and I got to thank my wife. She's 8 months pregnant and weathered this whole night out, and my mom and dad made it tonight, so it's good to cap off a win.
Well, you had the lead there, then you get that caution with 4 laps to go. What's going through your mind trying to hold off a couple of fast cars starting there behind you with 4 to go?
I just knew, I couldn't let him get under me. I was trying to take the air off his nose getting into 1. And same thing down at 3, just entering low. And like I said, I just couldn't stick like I was. I don't know what was going on, so I was just having to wash across and catch what little bit of traction I could. But you know, it all worked out. It's tight racing. You know, it's part of it.
And finally, how's it feel to be on this victory stage 2 years in a row here at the Dirt Car UMP Fall Nationals?
It feels good. You know, makes it feel like the first one wasn't a fluke. So, yeah, hopefully we can keep it going. We got a few more races this year, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, race fans, let's hear one more time for your winner in the modified, Jacob Hawkins.